Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I have a shabby chic video for you. I hope you enjoy it. But before we get to that video, Oliver wants to get the pool cleaner. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my feisty Oliver, and if you're returning, you know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So I'm going to take 4 of these smaller wood planks from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to fill the holes on all of them with my spackling. Then I'm going to paint each one of those boards with Waverly chalk paints in the color Dusk, Ballet Slipper, Celery, and Sandstone. And as you can see, I did not do real thick coats. I wanted to have some of that board showing through the paint, so that way it looked kind of worn and rustic, because shabby chic does have a little bit of rustic to it. So after that, I put all those boards together, and I took some jumbo craft sticks from Walmart, and I'm going to use my wood glue and hot glue to glue them all together. And I'm sorry for my camera jumping around there. But and the reason why I do the hot glue on both sides of the wood glue is I found that when I did it like one strip of each and then painted the back, it would always lift up on the edges. So anyways, I created 2 stencils with my Cricut, and I wanted a lace pattern. But if you don't have a Cricut, you could definitely use a regular stencil, rub on transfers, or you could even just glue some lace to the edges like I'm doing, but with real lace. So those are some options if you don't have a Cricut. So after I had my stencils on there, I'm just taking some white chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm just going to go over all of those little holes. And let me tell you guys, it took me all morning to weed these stencils. Oh my goodness. I was like, why do I do this to myself? I don't know. But once it was dry, I went ahead with my little Cricut tool here, and I am picking all the little pieces off. I learned that if I try and do that wet, then I end up getting white paint everywhere, so I wait until I have it dry. Then I took some Mod Podge here, and I'm going to put it around the middle part of my sign. I started using this brush that Kathy Jo got me for my birthday, but it just wasn't working very well with the Mod Podge. So I went back to a regular brush. It works great with the Type Bond Quick and Thick, let me tell you. But anyways, I set that aside to dry, and then I took this napkin. I'm sorry, I can't remember if I got this from Kathy Jo or if I got it from Shirley, and I apologize, ladies, for not remember which one I got this from. I have 2 packs sitting here and one from each, and I can't remember which one I took it out of. So I cut around the circle part there, and I removed the backing, and then I'm going to lay it on my sign here, and I'm going to cover it with some parchment paper and go over it with my heat press. That way it protects my napkin and adheres the napkin to the Mod Podge. Then I decided to go ahead and cut out some of the small flowers that's on that napkin. And let me tell you, pulling off the backing from those small ones was not very easy. But anyways, I just laid down some Mod Podge here and then laid my napkin piece on it and went over it with a little bit more Mod Podge. And then I went over the bigger one. Actually, I went over the whole sign with Mod Podge because I wanted it to have all the same look, because sometimes if you don't do that, you can kind of see where the Mod Podge is and where it's not. So I just ended up going over the whole sign with my Mod Podge. And then once that was dry, I turned it around. It's super easy. I took some of this lace ribbon I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use it as a hanger, and I'm just going to use some hot glue to glue it in the back. And there it is. Look how pretty that is. I just love that lace detail there. Oh, even though it took me forever to weed it, it was worth it. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Hi guys, I just wanted to stop in again real quick. I hope you're enjoying these Shabby Chic DIYs. It's not something I normally do, but it is definitely fun and it is making me stretch out of my comfort zone a little bit. But before we continue on with the crafts, I just wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers. You guys just mean the world to me. I hope you know how much I appreciate all of you. When I see your comments and I recognize the names, it just makes me feel all warm inside, like we are a family, which is what I say. Welcome to my YouTube family. And I just want you guys to know how much I truly appreciate you. And if you're new and you enjoy home decor on a budget and you enjoy today's video, I really hope you'd hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family as well. And then comment often, because the more you guys comment, the more I recognize your names and the more I feel like we are definitely family. So, but that's all I wanted to say. And with all of that, let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm going to take one of these cutting boards from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it with Waverly chalk paint and the color plaster. Then I am going to, once it was all dry, of course, take these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to lay them in place, and I'm going to use a little scraper tool that I have to rub and rub and rub, and it took a little bit longer than usual. They didn't want to release very easily, so I just kept rubbing and rubbing and then pulling up the top layer. And if I saw anything coming up with it, then I would just lay it down and rub a little bit more. And then I just continued on doing that all the way down until I was able to pull up that top cover, and there was nothing on it. And then once I have that all done here in just a moment, yeah, you'll see me finish just momentarily. There we go. I took some Waverly Antique Wax and I'm just going to go ahead and do some distressing all the way around the top part of my sign here. And after I got all the way around it, I decided that I wanted to have the edge be darker, the sides of it. So before I did that, I went ahead and went around the front. I wanted it to have that more antique-ish, rustic look to it. So I went over the image, and then I'm going to take some more of the antique wax. I'm going to dip my brush in that, get a little thicker coat here. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm going to go along the edge here, and I wanted to make it darker. And the reason being is because I knew I was going to do the legs, because this is going to be a riser. I wanted the legs to be, well, I knew they were going to be darker, so I wanted the edge of that to match the legs. So I'm going to take these candlesticks from Hobby Lobby, 4 of them here, and then I'm going to take my antique wax and I'm just going to go over the candlesticks. Now I did not go over the bottom because I'm going to actually use the bottom to glue onto the bottom of my cutting board. So once I had them all covered with the antique wax, I took a paper towel, wiped off all the excess, and I did that on all 4 of them. And then once I had them all completed, I can't believe I'm still doing that. My goodness. I took my wood glue with my cool glue bot and my hot glue here, and I'm going to glue my candlesticks to the bottom of my cutting board here and make a little riser. And this is a super easy DIY and I just love it. And of course, if you don't have those candlesticks, you could use, any kinds of things. You could use finial caps, you could use beads. You could use, if you have the little wood dice from Dollar Tree, you could use those. There's a lot of things you could use. So I just covered the top with some Mod Podge just to give it that extra protective layer. Let it dry and it's done. And look how cute that is. Be perfect in a bedroom, put your jewelry on at night or in a bathroom or just about anywhere. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And we have these lovely pieces for Tracy. She has been busy. I even have more to share with you on the next video from her. And then we have Kathy. Look at these sweet birdhouses. I love them all. Thank you, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to take 3 of those wood ovals with my ballet slipper by Waverly. I'm going to paint them front and back. And then once they are dry, I'm going to put some Mod Podge on the front of each one of them. And I'm going to brush it on. And I got a little too much on that one, got a little carried away, but that's okay because I'm just going to transfer it over to the next one. And then once I have that one all smooth, I will go over all of the rest of them. Then I took these beautiful little papers that I got from Shirley Gutierrez. Thank you so much, Shirley. These are just gorgeous. And when I saw them, I knew I had to do something with them for Shabby Chic. So I, once my Mod Podge was dry, I laid my papers down on them. As you can see, I did tear the edges a little bit because they were a little too big. But I'm covering my pictures or my pages with the parchment paper and going over them with the Mod Podge. That reactivates the Mod Podge so that your image sticks and the parchment paper protects the image. And then once those were all on, I'm going to just cover them again with Mod Podge just to give it that protective layer and then let it dry. And then once they were dry, I took my antique wax and I'm just going to do some distressing all around my oval piece. Now, this doesn't look like I'm doing very much distressing, and I didn't. On the second one that I did, I went a lot heavier distressing and I really liked it more. So I did end up going over this one a second time, but I just really loved the way the distressing looked, but then I do cover it up later. So, oh my goodness. Anyway, so I'm going to go all the way around the edge. I do go over the front a little bit and then the sides here, as you can see. I did not do the back. I figure, you know, you're going to hang them. So this is where I covered them up. I took this lace, this beautiful lace. I had it in my stash for a while. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby a couple, 2 or 3 Christmases ago. And then I'm just going to glue it all the way around each one of my oval pieces here. And you could use any kind of lace that you have. You can use lace from Dollar Tree if you have it. You don't even have to use lace. You don't even have to put lace around it if you don't want. Make it your own. That's what this is for. Just to give you some inspiration and some ideas, and then you can make it your own. So I'm going to trim that off there, that piece. I'm going to take some of these beads. Now these came from Hobby Lobby as well, but you can definitely use the ones from Dollar Tree if you can find them there. And I am going to glue this all around the top layer of that lace. Now when I get this stuff from Hobby Lobby, I always wait for it to be on sale. So usually it's 40% off whatever the price is when I get their stuff. Very, very, very seldom do I get something at Hobby Lobby that's not on sale. It's usually if it's something that I need right now and can't wait, or I want right now and can't wait. But that doesn't happen very often. So I took some more of those beads and I'm cutting them down, and then I'm going to fold them in half and I'm going to glue them right to the bottom there so that they hang down. And then I'm going to take some of this ribbon. I think this came from Hobby Lobby too. I'm not positive. But I'm just going to make some little shoestring bows. And then I'm going to cut the ends at an angle. I am not going to try and dovetail. It's a little hard to dovetail these. So, and then I'm just going to glue them on the end, just like you see right there. Then I took some of these small little roses from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to hot glue 3 of them on each one of my signs right above my bow. And after I have those all on, oh my goodness, the glue strings, you guys, driving me nuts. I took some of these hangers. These I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to screw it in. Now, these wood pieces are so soft that I can use my little screwdriver set there to just screw them right in. And that's all there was. Oh my goodness. I can't talk. That's all there was for these three. I love how these came out. I just think they are so beautiful. I hope you like them too. You have to let me know in the comment box below. Okay, DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I'm taking one of these sugar containers from Dollar Tree and I'm just wiping it off really well with some alcohol. I'm going to do the same thing with the lid, and then I'm going to paint the sugar jar with my ballet slipper and the lid with plaster. And once they were all dry, I went over it with some Mod Podge just to give it that protective layer. I'm going to go over the whole thing. And I will also do that to the lid because we know that paint scratches off easily on metal and glass. So I put that Mod Podge on there for an extra protective layer just to kind of help protect it from any scratches. So and then I let that dry, and I had a doctor's appointment, so I let it dry and went to my doctor's appointment. And then I came back and I took this napkin. I got this from decoupagennapkin.com. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I just love this napkin. It's beautiful. And I'm going to fussy cut around that bunch of roses there, and I really tried. I thought about keeping the little sprigs of florals that were there too, but it wasn't going to fit with what I had in mind of doing, so I just cut around the roses. I saved the other parts for something else, maybe, hopefully, in the future. And then I added a little more Mod Podge. Now, if I was thinking or planning ahead, I would have done this part when I first put Mod Podge on my container, but I wasn't planning ahead, but that's okay. So I put the Mod Podge on the sugar container, and then I laid my napkin down very carefully, and then I just went over it with some more Mod Podge for that protective layer and let it dry. Then once it was dry, I'm just going to take some more of these beads with my little mini glue gun there, and I'm just going to glue these beads around the flowers to make it look like a heart. Now, I was very nervous about doing this part because when I draw hearts, they're always lopsided. I can never get it right. So I was really working hard at trying to make it look pretty even and not lopsided. So just when I thought I had the right spot, here I'm going to trim that down, then I will use my little glue gun there to put a dab of glue on so that I can glue it in place. And as you can see, I'm still playing. I'm just like, I don't want this to be lopsided. So I'm going to glue the end down. And then I was able to kind of play with the sides, and then when I had it the way I wanted it, I glued it down. Then I made another bow here. I'm just going to glue that on the bottom of my little heart. I love this. And then I'm going to take some more of that lacy ribbon, and I decided to go around the lid with it. Now, I originally thought, oh, maybe I'll stick stems of flowers in the holes. And then I thought, no, that might not look too good. It might be kind of funky. Then I thought, well, maybe not do the lid. So you wouldn't have to do the lid if you don't want to. But then I had this idea, so I decided to try it. So then I went ahead and added some of the beads around the top of the lid as well. And then I took some of these roses and I just started gluing them all around the top, just like you see. And I have some darker pink, some lighter pink, and I only had one white. I was all out of white. That was the only one white rose, so I put it in the middle. So then I took some more of these beads and I thought I'm gonna have these kind of loopy, so I hot glued the end, and then I'm going to kind of make it loop down and hot glue the other end, and there it is. I love how this came out. Now, I would not put sugar in this because of all the paint and stuff, but it would be a great decorative piece in your kitchen or anywhere that you like to have your shabby chic decor. So you have to let me know what you think about that one as well. Here is your final reveal. I will be back again on Sunday for the What Would You Make challenge, so have those notification bells set. Make sure if you're new here, you hit that red subscribe button before you go. Make sure you guys give me that thumbs up and comment. Thank you so much for being here today. And with all that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Oliver, what are you doing? Ah, quit biting the tires. Oliver. His arch enemy, the pool cleaner. Now he's looking for the pool cleaner. He's got to find it. He heard it. It's like, I know it's there somewhere. I know it's there somewhere. Where is it, Oliver? Where is it? You gotta get it. It's coming to you. There it is. Get it. Get it.